Okay, well, this is just going to be another long and fairly boring Elite Dangerous video. Uh, I thought I'd do this as a public service and also because I have the day off and nothing better to do. Um, this is going to be about core mining in Odyssey. I haven't been doing a lot of core mining lately, not since Odyssey came out, so I've been trying it out the last few days. And it's been working out fairly well. There's a few bugs in the system. But what with the recent updates and everything, Odyssey isn't quite as rough as it was, I can say. Yeah, I am on foot at the moment, but I'm not really getting into that. The on foot the FPS experience, yeah, as probably some people will tell you, it's a little basic. I probably will do some of it eventually. I have done a little bit of it in the alpha, but not a whole lot. Anyway, as far as core mining goes, this is what I've been using to do that with. Oh yeah. This is an Anaconda I've had for a long time. I used to use it just to haul power play stuff, sometimes for cargo. And more recently, I've set it up to do like mining. In this case, core mining. It's pretty basic. I do have some guns on it. This is a gun setup I've been using a lot. This is all PvE. I wouldn't suggest trying to go after another player with this junk, but it works fairly well. I enjoy it. So you got your great big beam laser there. These are all gimbaled. Great big beam laser with, I believe, long-range weapon and thermal vent on it. And then down here, these are just shock cannons. They're all class 3 gimbaled. They put out a lot of heat, so it's a good idea to have this beam laser here so you can vent some of that heat off. And they're pretty effective at short range. And the rest of these are mining tools. These are all for core mining. Utilities, all I've got is a pulse wave analyzer. I've got these on here. The weapons are a little bit pointless at this point because Odyssey does have a bug in it where if a pirate comes up on you and starts putting cargo hatch breaking limpets on you, your point defense isn't going to kill them. It'll just go right through that. So what few pirates I have run across in this thing, I've pretty much just ended up running away anyway because even though you can probably kill them, they're still going to empty out they're going to empty out your hold, and there's not much, and your point defense is useless. I've never used ECMs, but I've decided to put one on here now, so supposedly I can give those a try and see if that'll head off the limpets if it ever comes to that. Generally, though, I just try to avoid pirates. Yeah. And the rest of this is really standard. Let's see. This is all mainly for lightweight stuff. It's got just enough power plant on it to power all this garbage. I like nice thrusters. The frame shift drive has to be good. Don't care about life support. These are engineered for things like quick charging distributor, but it's a 7A distributor. That might not be the best one. I could maybe get away with a lighter one, but Actually, I'd like to have a heavier one, but I want a decent jump range on this because I'm not using a carrier or anything. The rest of this is pretty standard. I do have the the Guardian. There is a Guardian frame shift, that helps a lot. But the rest is just real standard for mining with. You got collectors and prospectors and a little refinery down here, and so on and so forth. It's pretty standard. The main concern I had with mining in Odyssey is that I was worried that my maps weren't going to work anymore. Because the thing about it is, you can map out these rocks. I mean, these cores, you can map their locations. I've seen a couple people do videos about how to do it. I've been doing it for a long time. I figured out how to do this a way back. This doesn't seem to be much interest in it at this point because, because what the heck? I mean, mining doesn't pay like it used to. Not nearly. But yeah, you can map these things, and it's very useful because it allows me to. Well, I'm not sure how much benefit there. I've said this before in previous videos. I'm not sure how much practical benefit there is in terms of saving time and everything like that, but it does kind of take the guesswork out of it for sure. Anyway, I'm going to a system here that I happen to have mapped out, and I may end up just doing some more mapping instead of following the map I have, because it's possible, probably even likely, that the rocks I'm going after here haven't respawned yet. When you harvest one of these cores, they will respond eventually, but it takes about a week. And I was in here through this system last week and kind of cleaned out the muscovite that I'm mainly wanting. That's the only one that gets, well, it's about as good as a payout as you're gonna get. That and monzonite, I guess. They may not have respawned yet. They may have. It's been about a week. If they haven't, well, maybe I'll just go the other way and map some new ones, but I'll see how that works out. So anyway, this is currently I'm in lovely Luka Simha in glorious Scott Station here, and it looks like where I'm going is gonna be, let's see, what is it? HR 4298. That's the one. Let's try that again. Oh, there we are. HR 4298. Okay, lovely. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, I believe. Yep. Maybe I'll go land on this thing. I've been trying to find a nice atmospheric planet to land on, but so far the ones I've gotten on haven't been anything really amazing. I'd like to find one with a nice view. Okay. First discovered by the tasty snail. That's cute. Yeah. It's not the ugliest planet I ever saw. Maybe I'll go there. Yeah, that's more than enough of those. Yeah, I'd say the frame rate on the Odyssey has improved quite a bit also, even on foot. It helps if you've gotten hold of a newer video card. It helps. I've actually upgraded the video card on this thing now. I've got what is it? It's some kind of an AMD card now. It's RX 6700 RTX or some shit like that. It's kind of in between of a 3060 and maybe a 3070. Probably more of a 3060 than a 3070. It's a half-ass decent card, and of course I bought it right before the prices started coming back down, so I got completely reamed on that deal. But what am I going to do? Send it back? I wanted an Nvidia card because I'm a complete idiot, and that's all I care about is Nvidia. It has to be Nvidia all the time. The AMD cards, they work, but the biggest thing that bothers me about this one is that AMD's drivers won't install on my copy of Windows 10. It keeps saying, "Oh, this is not in a correct version of Windows 10." You know, apparently my Windows 10 isn't up to date for them enough. I've updated it as far as I can, and it still tells me, "Oh, this is not a good for." Yeah, you know, it's baloney, is what it is. You know, they charge you all this money for the stuff. They can't even be bothered to write drivers for it. It's ridiculous. So anyway. You can manually install the drivers and get around their baloney that way, and it works. You just don't have access to the Catalyst software and all that garbage. And whatever you have to do it with the Windows control panels and all that. But it works, you know. It does the job more or less. Anyway, let me see if I can get back into system there, since I'm now actually more or less properly equipped. Can I plot a course here, please? Plot a course, you... Oh, my God. Oh, that's where I am. That's it. Yeah, I'm a pro. No doubt about it. There we are.
Disengaged. Observe station regulations on exit. Caution. Heavy traffic ahead.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, even taking the new video card into account, I would say the frame rates have improved.
All clear? Watch your 6, Commander.
I mean, I don't know what your experience is going to be if you insist on playing in 4K as opposed to 1080p. Or if you simply have to have all the settings pushed up to stupidly outrageous. Where's that little planet? I wanted to check that thing out. I know I've never mapped this thing. One of these days, if I can ever get out of the bubble, if I can cut loose from all this power play stuff, I really want to just go out and explore. That's what I'd really like to do, but I can't get away from civilization because I'm just too dependent on it. It's where all the nice things are. If they'd implemented the carriers correctly so that you didn't actually have to make god-awful amounts of money just to support the things all the time, I could take one of those and just go all over the galaxy with it. But I'm sure they set it up the way they did exactly to prevent you from doing that. That's my guess about it anyway. What the hell? I guess I'm closer to it than I thought. Yeah, I must be right on top of it. I just want to map the thing.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay. It is kind of pretty, isn't it? Well, anyway, this is one of the this is one of the things about Odyssey that aren't so great. You can get in here and you can look at the contacts you've just picked up, but if you want to find geological deposits and that kind of, they're not in here. Yeah, you get stuff like artificial structure and minor wreckage and crash site. You don't get geological. Even though some of these menus will say they're there. I mean, up here it says notable signals: biological 1, geological 3, human 5. Okay. So there's supposedly 3 geological signals out there, but go and try to find them. They're not out here. You know, this, unless an irregular marker is a geological signal, and actually, no, it isn't. It's like a few barrels with some skimmers standing over it. That's all it is. You know, go find a geological signal. You can't do it. I can't do it. Unless there's something in these menus I can't see. I don't see it. Yeah. Well, I just want to go down there and take a look at the place. It's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem for surface mining because surface mining is not what it is in Horizons. You can still do it. It's just that you're not gonna find these handy locations where you can just go in and just truck around in that one little area and pick up everything you need. You actually have to go. Well, you can still do it. That's not water. No, that's not water. Yeah, that's the heat map script. Yeah, okay. That's the heat map crapping out. Well, that's not bad. It's got a little bit of atmosphere going on it. When I was out here surface mining, I found that my best bet was to look at some of the the stuff you can see, you know, like you can see that some of the ground here is a lighter color than some of the others. You can find your deposits are a little more numerous in certain areas with certain colors, but you kind of have to look around a little bit to figure out which of those are. You get mountainous areas like here, they might have some stuff in them, but do you really want to drive around in that? No, not really, not so much. Well, anyway, I would generally try to find nice flat areas with a fairly good incidence rate of the metallic meteors and stuff that are actually good for anything. Can I get out of here, please? Thank you.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, anyway, what did I actually come here to do? Oh, yes, Planet 3. Is this Planet 3? That's Planet 3 right there. That's where I'm going, Planet 3. Yeah, what's up? You found a box? Oh, a box to mount the thermostat in. What? Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on. Yeah, go ahead. $5? Oh, okay. Save a make a bookmark it. I really hate the way the orbit lines are all dotted up like that, but I don't really want to mess with the quality settings to try to improve that, because it would probably mess up my frame rate, and I kind of care about that more. So would be nice to get a more solid looking though. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the right place. It's not looking real familiar right now. Anyway, the important thing here is that I have to locate the particular hotspot that I actually have a map for, because I sure haven't mapped them all. Monzonite, that would probably be... No, I can't map that one. I mentioned that I do have a method for mapping these things, but it only works in certain particular areas. It doesn't work on just any hotspot. You have to have a hotspot. You have to have a few of them close together, like for example right there. I believe that's my That's my guy right there. Yeah, that's him. What's this over here? Oh, yeah. Bonitoite. That would be a good. That would be a good one too, probably, if Bonitoite was worth anything. Which maybe someday it will be again. I feel like I have to play around with the throttle a little bit more on these approaches to these rings in Odyssey also. I can't just put it on half throttle and have it automatically slow me down. Oh, I should say also that the coloring on these hotspots seems like it's much improved after the last update. Prior to that, I went to a couple of these rings, and the lighting and the coloring on these hotspots was just really subdued. I mean, you could barely see them, but they're pretty pronounced now. They look a lot better, I think. The graphics in general after the last update or two look a lot more like Horizons than they did before. Pretty happy about that.
Scan detected. Scan detected. Target destroyed. Flight assist on.
Yeah. Okay, well that was strictly unnecessary, but I enjoyed it. He's a nice person. We don't want to kill him. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, I need that anyway, don't I? Say, I might as well kill him now, because once I got any cargo in this thing, I'm not going to risk it, because those stupid hatch breaker limpets will go right through your point defenses at this point. Apparently that's a bug. It's been reported to Frontier, and maybe someday they'll fix it. It would be nice if they did. But in the meantime... In the meantime, the only thing I've got that might work against those hatch breaker limpets is the electronic countermeasures, and I haven't tried that yet, and I don't think I want to do the experiment right now. But hopefully those will do it. I hope. Okay, well. Yeah, well, I don't actually have to get right on top of this thing, but... But if you want to be completely anal about it... There you go. Oh, wait. Dang it. A meter up. There you go. Right up your ass. There you go. As close as you can get. Okay, well anyway. What's the idea here? So I want to start following my map, right? Well, it's simple enough. I just got to highlight this guy right here. Well, first I gotta line myself up. Well, I may not have to do that either, actually. Systems. Yeah, this may not be strictly necessary. Let me see here. The Kale system is my designated reference. I want to make sure he's overhead. The nearby resource extraction site, I want to put him at about 9 o'clock. So, right about there. Yeah, right about there. And now I'll be pointed in more or less the correct direction. Get my pulse wave analyzer out here. Where is he? Where's my pulse wave analyzer? Wait a second. Ah. Who let that happen? Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Had me worried there for a second. It's like, what do I do? Uninstall it? That would be a disaster. I'd have to go find one. And they don't sell them just anywhere, you know. Well, anyway. It looks like my first muscovite rock. Actually, I do have a monzonite rock about 40 kilometers out that way. I could go get that because monzonite goes for a decent amount of money, but if I load up on two different things, that means I probably have to make 2 stops to sell them, and I like to avoid that. And there's not actually a huge amount of monzonite in this area. There is some. I think I only know about 2 of them here. But let me see if I can, but let me go see if I can find it, because I know that's going to be there, because I never mine it. Yeah.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Monazite. Yeah. It's a little...
Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, I mean, once I got notes on where these rocks are, basically in terms of how far I am from the center point of the hotspot versus how far I am from my reference point, which in this case is the resource extraction site over there. I'm exactly 39.9 kilometers from the center of the hotspot. I'm exactly 2.82 million meters from the extraction site, and here's the rock. You know, it's kind of scary how well this works, but it takes a little bit of practice, and you have to interpret the numbers in your head in terms of where you are spatially, and it's not hard to get turned around so that you're going completely the wrong way, and then suddenly you realize, oh, I got to turn around and go that way, see, and that's why you're not seeing anything. But if you're paying halfway close attention, these things just turn up where they're supposed to be. You know, it's crazy. I don't know if I want to mine it or not. I guess I might as well. Oh. Before I fire this, no, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Well.
Charge disarmed.
Yeah. See, before I fire that, I have to disable this doohickey that moves my pips around because it will interfere with me. Are we good with that? Yeah, I think we're good with that. Okay, well let me get back in here and take another stab at this. Yeah, because if I don't turn that off, it'll start moving the pips around, and it interferes with the gun, so the seismic charge launcher isn't going to work so well. I sure hope I didn't just screw myself. That timer should not be going, but we'll see.
Detonation sequence initiated.
No, we're good. Oh, I'll take that.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Yeah, that boost was extremely unnecessary.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
can't say I've noticed a lot of these fragments getting stuck inside the bigger rocks where the limpets can't get at them. That happened a lot in Horizons. I haven't really noticed it in Odyssey yet. So who knows? Maybe they fixed it, but you know. Or maybe I've just been lucky so far.
Cargo scope retracted.
Well, let me get lined up with Kale again so I know which way is supposed to be up. And then this guy goes over at 9 o'clock. Because I don't map everything in the whole hotspot. I basically just proceed in a more or less of a straight line from the center point, and everything I map is more or less on that straight line. And if I want to find more stuff, I just go further down that line, more or less. This is a really small hotspot, but even the really small ones are more than big enough, you know? If you know where the junk is. So anyway, I do have a muscovite 71 kilometers out from the center point. If I get myself in position here. Yeah, there we go. Now this next one is 2.82 million meters from the extraction site. That's my reference point. But I try to come in right on the edge between 283 and 282. That way, when I get at the right range from the center point, I can hang a left, and there's only one direction it can be in. Whereas if I came in right at the middle of the range that's all 2.82, he could be either to the right or the left, and it would complicate things for me. So I want 71 and 282. And yeah, I don't like to be super optimistic and say, well, that's him right there, but yeah, that probably is him right there, yeah. Which would be nice, because I wasn't sure if this guy was respawned yet, but... But yeah, I believe that's him.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, that's muscovite. Ugh.
Scan complete.
It becomes a lot like a job at this point. Like I said, I don't know how much benefit I get out of this exactly. In terms of how long it takes to get anywhere with it, but I do enjoy just going through here and just running through these things like clockwork like this. not sure what he did there, but that's working for me. So what the hell?
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Detonation in 10 seconds.
Yeah, when Odyssey came out, I remember there was some talk about people saying, "Well, boy, I sure hope they don't. Regenerate all the ring systems, you know, so that all the hotspots are shuffled around and stuff." They did do a little bit of that when they brought the carriers in, because they had to create tritium hotspots. But I'm glad to discover that the hotspots in Odyssey do appear to be the same as the hotspots in Horizons, including with the locations of all these rocks that I already had mapped out. That's very convenient. I appreciate it. I'm not going to ask for my money back. Not yet, anyway. Not that they give me my money back. I could go ask for my Star Citizen money back. I don't think they'd give me my money back either. I've seen where some of these big names in this game have been making videos about Star Citizen, but that game has never been anything but a joke to me, and I'm pretty sure it's never going to be anything but a joke. I mean, they've got lots of great plans and stuff, but will they ever do them? Yeah, I kind of doubt it. But with Odyssey being a debacle and everything like that, I can see where it's breathed new life into that thing. Okay, well, I guess I've wasted about enough of your time with this, so I'm just going to cut this short so I can stop talking. Okay, I got to go back to work tomorrow, and I'm sure you do too. Have a good evening.